everybody, and welcome to Wake Up Missoula. I'm your host, Scott Ramp.
And I'm also your host, Noelle McAvoy, and it is Friday, TGIF. River City Roots Festival is upon us this weekend.
That's what's happening locally, but let's just talk about what's happening in the world today. I looked, and I thought it was a very interesting story that the Serbian war is kind of has been raging, and a lot of the refugees have been fleeing to Hungary.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah. And then, of course, officials in Hungary were actually guiding them, so they're being very helpful because, you know, a lot of times when the refugees are crossing the border, they're just like, no, you can't come here. And some of the Hungarian officials wants to make a fence.
Oh.
While, like, German foreign dysentery was just like, that's not a good idea.
No. And so, how far away is Hungary from Serbia?
They're border buddies.
Okay, they're border buddies.
Yeah.
Border buddies, right.
But of course, in the United States news, but of course this also affects the world, but the Associated Press is actually suing the FBI.
Good.
So apparently,
someone needs to.
Here's the thing. So the FBI masqueraded as the Associated Press and wrote a news story so they could entrap somebody who's been making bomb threats to people in Washington, D.C.
Oh my gosh.
So without actually clearing that up through the Associated Press or anything like that, they just went and did it like they do. Mm-hmm. And Associated Press just was like, yeah, our credibility would have been shot because of that. And of course now they're in the process like, you can't do that. And now they have to see how far they can go and take them to court. So they're basically taking on the federal government, and we'll see how that turns out.
Good luck. Oh my gosh. Well, this is journalism versus the federal government. This is kind of like...
This is exactly what
we've all been waiting for. Yeah, and like, you know, like the huge, big story. And that's really bad.
That's just the next big thing.
It really is.
Everyone's trying to draw a line on the other side of their borders.
Well, and it's happened before, you know, with the Watergate scandal. Journalists took down the president.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Good luck, Associated Press. We're all rooting for.
But of course,
freedom.
in Montana, the big news is a judge wants to revisit the lethal injection by potentially proving that the chemicals that they're used in the death penalty, you know, like lethal injection and the death penalty, causes excruciating pain.
Okay.
So the trial is set for September 2nd.
Okay, so he wants to bring lethal injection, like, so people know more about it?
He wants to basically say that lethal injection is inhumane.
Yeah. Okay, totally.
And that's basically what's happening in and around Montana and the world.
Nice, great.
But of course, locally, the Roots Festival is happening, and Noelle will talk all about what's happening in Missoula right after I show some new programming and talk about weather, which is right now. So if you're interested in going outside to the Roots Festival today, be aware that it is smoky, and of course, it seems like there's gonna be hazardous conditions, and you know it's smoky. I mean, it's really smoky when you can't even see the M on the mountain or the mountain.
I haven't, but yeah, my throat has been hurting every morning just waking up like stuffed.
You know, it really helps to be indoorsy like me.
Whatever.
But it's going to be cool. It's going to currently it is 51. It was a nice cool morning this morning. So, and it's going to be as high as 87 tonight.
Okay, so
but of course, it might be a little lower, but because of all the smoke, and you will see. But you can expect some scattered showers happening Saturday and Saturday night.
Nice.
But of course, today you're just going to have some areas of smoke. It's going to start cooling down on Sunday. You can expect a high of 68.
Wow.
So we're getting the highs lower than 70s, so look out for that this weekend.
We're creeping back into fall, everyone, and school starts Monday. The very first football game of the year is on Saturday.
This Saturday?
Yep.
This Saturday, okay.
This Saturday, and so it's going to be pretty smoky.
Is it North Dakota?
I think it is.
I think it's North Dakota.
Yeah. So,
one of the North Dakotas.
Yeah, one of those Dakotas. So I'm just very curious as to like how many people are really going to turn out for events this weekend because of the smoke.
Well,
you know.
Well, I don't know. Like,
I don't know either. Some people don't care.
We can call the health department and ask them. Is it as bad as if you were smoking a pack of cigarettes the day if you stay outside during the?
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Oh man, we should have thought of that before our show.
We can contact them anytime.
Yeah, we'll still do it.
We can contact them anytime. We just don't call them because we're just busy with stuff. Sorry.
We're so busy.
We're just so busy. Sorry. I mean, but then sometimes when you call them late at night, then they pick you up and take you home. Health department.
Is this the health department?
But anyways, we do have new programming happening tonight, and look for it. It's around 7:30, and it's the MDA, and then of course it's part 3 of Barbara Wald, and she's basically came down and talked to local downtown businesses about how you can improve your business and quality of employees' life by doing so. But of course,
nice.
Here is a little tease from that program that's happening on tonight. And right after this, we'll have Noelle with events.
What about stationery stores? Yes. People don't even send notes anymore. I always send handwritten notes, and you will get a handwritten note, Mimi, because I always send handwritten notes. I'll send an email note as well, because that will go out immediately. But then I will put in the mail a note, because people don't do that any longer. I had, when I was in Sheboygan, Wisconsin, a gal that sat in my room, and she was a franchisee for Send Out Cards. Anybody heard of Send Out Cards? Whoops. Sorry. Touch my microphone. Send Out Cards is a franchise where if I wanted to send you a thank you note, I can do it on my computer. It will print out a card in my printer, and I will send it to you. And I don't have to handwrite it because it's going to look like my writing. And she said, Barbara, this is going to be fabulous for you. I want you as one of my clients. She says, it'll be wonderful. You won't have to write those handwritten notes any longer. It'll just be computer generated, and your customers will never know. I said, oh, yes, they will. You can tell if something's computer generated. And she couldn't understand why I wouldn't buy into this concept.
All right, we are back.
That was great. Nice.
And now Noelle McAvoy
Yes.
has events McAvoy.
Hello.
I'm trying to rhyme with McAvoy.
I know, that was good.
Events Oi.
Events Oi.
Oi, oi, oi.
Oi, yeah. Okay, so as Scott said earlier, it's the 10th annual River City Roots Festival. So that is happening. Normally it happens on like a Saturday and Sunday, but today, this weekend, it's happening today and tomorrow, and then Sunday, not too much is going on. So 10th annual River City Roots Festival starts at 11 a.m. this morning. It starts at Caris Park. It'll be on downtown and Main Street. That's where the main stage is, on Main Street. And then Caris Park has got a bunch of other different activities in there as well. And so starting at 11 is the juried art show for River City Roots Festival. So if you got some artwork that you'd like to be judged, or you want to enter into the River City Roots Festival, you can just bring it in downtown to one of their, little... I lost the word for it this morning.
Pavilions?
Yeah, pavilions, yeah, tables, yeah, booths, yeah. I don't know.
That's just my magic. Much like my go-to word. Pavilion works like almost 100% of the time for me.
It's like...
Go to the little pavilion. It's like, oh, I totally get that. It's like, no, it's like a totally made-up word for me.
Yeah, so, and then over at Spectrum Discovery area, they've got free admission all day. And so their Discovery Bench is sound and their Brain Lab is optics. And I've decided with my events today, I'm going to mix in River City Roots Festival with other events going on in Missoula. But there's a ton of music. So if you guys are lacking on the music, I know Modest Mouse played last night, and then we've got 2 days of lots of music. So good time to get out there, even though it's smoky. You can dance around inside. And so the Dead Winter Carpenters are going to be playing a main stage for the River City Roots Festival. That'll be on Main Street. They'll be playing at 2:30. And they came here in 2013, I believe. So they played at Roots Fest before. And they also played last night at Downtown Tonight. I walked by briefly and it sounded cool. Yeah, it sounded good. And then over at the Missoula Public Library, they've got their Teen Writers Group. Starts at 3:30. This is for teens who need a little inspiration or feedback with their writing, or a place to hang out if you don't want to do all the crazy things your other teen friends are doing. You never know. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you never know.
And then Amanda Shaw and the Cute Guys will be at the main stage for River City Roots Fest at 4:30 today. Amanda Shaw first made her first national stage appearance as an elementary school student, and she plays the fiddle, and she's played in front of large crowds since she was 10. And so she's a fiddle player, and then she has a bunch of cute guys backing her up, which I hope they're really cute because I'm single. That's terrible, I'm so sorry. But yeah, so she is going to be playing at Roots Festival at 4:30, and she's been here before. She came here in 2010, was the last time she was here. And then there's traditional Irish music over the Union Club at 6 p.m. And then if you don't want to stay inside, you could go back over to the Roots Fest. And Clinton Fearon will be at the main stage at 6:30. He is one of the main guys of the Boogie Brown Band. And he's from Jamaica, and he came here he came to the United States in 1987 and formed the Boogie Brown Band and is performing with them since then. So he's coming on his own with his own band, and he'll be at the main stage at 6:30. But if you don't want to listen to that and you get really hungry, you could go over to Taste Buds Kitchen. They have a sushi and dumpling cooking class for adults, BYOB. $40 per person, and they're not using any raw fish. They're using veggies, crab meat sticks, and other things that are not raw. So if you're worried about that, you don't have to be. And then back to River City Roots Festival. Main stage at 8:30 is Goose Creek Symphony. They also came in 2013. And so this is their main event, I guess, of Friday night would be the main band. Yeah, so they're at 8:30 at main stage. And then Zeppo Montana is at the Union Club at 9:30. Pay Dirt is at the Sunrise Saloon at 9:30. The Misfortune Tellers, the Scurfs, and Night Blooming Jasmine are all going to be at Stage 112 at 10. That is a free show, and it's 18 and older, so all you high schoolers, you get on down there and get crazy. And then over at the Real Lounge, which is right below Stage 112, it's like the cavern down there. You have to go down some sketchy stairs. Yeah, it's super fun though. And so Bear Cubbin, Eat Strike, Pale People, and Dragon Parfait will all be at the Real Lounge. 18 and older, it's a free show and starts at 10.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. Lots of music for all ages this weekend.
They're desperate to get a lot of people in for free.
Yeah.
It's like this weekend is the free weekend, so if you guys are cheap, which I know
we all are. It's Missoula.
Then you would definitely love either going to the Roots Festival, just to be like, this is cool, and then going on to a bar.
Going to the bars. If the smoke is too much for you, there are a couple places where you can go if you're, under 21.
And if you're a kid, you could get asthma, but also you can go to the Kids Fest that is happening at Karis Park.
Yep, definitely. Yeah,
you can enjoy a little bit of,
asthma and ice cream.
You'll be able to bring an oxygen tank with you everywhere. Everywhere.
Or just ask your mom to get you a mask.
Yeah.
Like kids watch the show.
Masks.
Pretending kids they watch our show.
Those masks, they last for 2 days. Ron, he goes hiking, he still hikes. I was like, you're still going hiking?
Is he not using a mask?
He has a mask.
Does he? What did he say about it?
He works great. And then when after a day or two, it's all gray up and my color of my shirt and stuff.
Oh, gross. Gosh, that's crazy.
This is smoke chic, by the way.
Yeah, that's smoke chic. It used to be white, but it's pretty smoky. So my last music event for tonight is the Little Smokies and the Lowest Pair will be playing at the Top Hat Lounge at 10 p.m. It's $10. But if you don't want to pay that, you can always hold out because they'll be main stage tomorrow night for Roots Fest. Yeah, I know.
That's pretty good.
Isn't that hilarious? Well, I mean...
But you go outside and then they're going to be playing tonight and then I just got to tell them, too soon, guys.
Yeah,
too soon.
Too soon. Well, I love the Little Smokies. Yeah, it's just the only thing is that they gained notoriety by playing a lot of free shows that everyone went to. So now they charge for their shows.
Well, yeah.
And I just see them so many times for free that
musicians charging for their shows.
No, stop! I'm not done.
Okay.
I've just seen them so many times for free.
Yeah.
That it's
You're just so used to it.
Yeah, I just can't really pay $10 to see them again. I don't know, which is bad. But they're doing really well outside of Missoula, which is also a great thing.
Yeah, because
they went to Telluride and won an award.
I think they won Bluegrass of the Year or something last year or something.
Yeah, so they're doing great.
Yeah, I've heard them on the radio.
Yeah,
the Trail plays them all the time.
Mm-hmm. They're doing great.
They sound a lot better on the radio. It's so that's what the singer sounds like. A lot of times their music is just it's all acoustic like.
Yeah,
so when he sings, it's like.
And when you're in at the Top Hat with a huge crowd, it's kind of hard to hear.
And then somebody has a full band that's right next to you.
Spills on you.
And it
you're
spills
trying
on you.
to dance.
It's I hate you.
Or you drop a cup in the middle of the floor. I did that one time.
Oh yeah, and then everyone hears it and it's like, and like everyone's surprised. You drop something at a bar. Everyone's just like still surprised.
Well, that's just how you know that you're supposed to go home. That's how you know it's the end of your night when you're like in the middle of the dance floor and you drop your glass. That's how you're like, it's time to leave.
But that's about what you can do on Friday. Imagine what you can accomplish on Saturday.
If you guys
you can drop 2 glasses.
If you guys go to rivercityrootsfestival.com, you can find out the full schedule and all the information on the bands and the artists and all the information on anything else going on. So, you know, what I'm giving you is just kind of like a highlight of what's happening. But that's it for Friday for me. We're going to switch gears now and go over to Asaph's segment.
Yeah, this story is going to be a little different here, you know, without being able to show any videos or pictures and stuff, so I'll just have to tell the story. Anyway, before there was David Carradine in Kung Fu playing the character of Kane, and before there was Chuck Norris and even Bruce Lee, there was Tom Laughlin. Now, Tom Laughlin was an American B-movie actor, is what they called him. He was a director, screenwriter, author, educator, and political activist. Now, he's best known for playing in the Billy Jack series. And Billy Jack was basically a martial arts Green Beret that went into retirement hiding as a young man.
Ooh, fun.
And he hid in the Native American culture just to get away from society, this character that he plays. But he was very skilled in martial arts. And so he finds out that the Native American people are being mistreated by the white people.
Oh, no!
Oh, imagine
I don't mean
white
in a
people
racial
mistreated
sense.
any other minority? No.
I know.
White-
But anyway, this is just the movies. So Billy Jack...
Oh, so it was just a movie. It
just
never
movies.
happened.
Well, I'm not going to say that.
No. Okay, keep going.
But anyway, Billy Jack decides to protect the Native American people because the people in that community, they were like overturning the native buses and spraying the native people with flour and just tormenting these people. So Billy Jack decides he's going to put an end to it.
Yeah.
So there's a scene in there, and Tom Laughlin's credited with opening the door for all the other martial arts movies. There's a scene where the sheriff is literally in his face with the townspeople surrounding him. And the sheriff says, okay, Billy Jack, your karate tricks aren't going to get you out of this one. And so Billy Jack just looks at the sheriff and says, you know what I'm going to do, Sheriff? Since I'm surrounded by your people and you're in my face, I'm going to take my right foot and I'm going to whop you on the left side of your head. And all of a sudden, Billy Jack just goes, whop! And he floors the sheriff right in front of all those people. But anyway, Tom Laughlin got off to a humble start in Hollywood because, you know, back in those days, there wasn't a big demand for martial arts movies. Not till Bruce Lee came along anyway. And Bruce Lee had to look, you know,
He's
charismatic.
Chinese.
Yeah, charismatic. Because Bruce Lee did like the Green Hornet.
Tom's white, right?
Yeah, Tom's white, right. Defending natives. And I have nothing against native people because I'm part native too myself.
Of course, yeah.
But anyway, Tom Laughlin got up to a very humble start. I mean, for example, he appeared in some bit parts in the 1950s up to about 1959. And in one of the movies, he appeared in a movie called Gidget as a character called Loverboy. And he didn't make much money in this film. In fact, he and his wife were eating Spam. Yeah, but they told the family they were doing well because they didn't want them to know how financially tough they were. And it wasn't until these Billy Jack movies came out that he began to get on the map. Slow, humble start. And a wonderful thing about Tom Laughlin, he was married to the same woman from 1954 till his passing in 2013.
Oh, wow, so we just lost him.
Yeah, we just lost him. He was skilled all of his life playing this character. And then, of course, when the Billy Jack series ended, he tried his hand in politics and didn't do very well. But other than that, he left a great character. Yeah. So if you ever get to see the Billy Jack movies,
so it's their movies, they're a series of movies?
Yeah, they're a series of movies, something like 4 or 5 series of movies
fun,
that he did.
Nice.
And he always stood for right, this character. And you won't be able to see it on camera, but when you look at this hat, it's like a native Indian hat.
Yeah.
And he wore these jeans, and he was just mild mannered. He was like, just leave me alone. I just want to just hide.
Being at peace,
Yeah, just at one with himself, as they call it in martial arts. And he'd come out and...
Does it say how old he was when he started doing martial arts?
Well, not in these notes, but I assume as skilled as he was, he must have been doing it in his youth. He had to have.
Whole life, yeah.
Yeah, but he is credited with opening the door for all the other martial arts movies that came out later in the future.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, and then when did the Billy Jack movies start to come out?
Oh gosh, maybe. It doesn't say exactly, but I'm guessing probably around the early 50s.
Okay, yeah.
Way back then.
Okay.
Probably around that time when he was struggling with that Gidget film. He was
Yeah.
putting the scripts together. And he wrote that Billy Jack movie because of the treatment in South Dakota in real life where his wife is from.
Oh, cool.
That gave him the incentive to write that.
Nice. And so he wrote these movies and starred in them.
Yeah, he started and wrote them and directed them, and they became big hits.
And then he was a martial arts man. He's a man
Martial
of many
arts.
talents.
Yeah, but Tom Laughlin was very skilled.
Nice.
In fact, I think he's probably the best martial arts person to ever get on the silver screen.
Interesting.
And this is no offense to Chuck Norris and all the rest of these people, but you just have to see these scenes.
Chuck Norris wishes he was Tom Laughlin.
I think all of them wish they were Tom Laughlin if you want to get down to it, but he holds the title. He's probably the best martial arts guy to ever appear in film.
That's really cool, Asaph. I'll have to check that out.
Yes, do that.
I love martial arts movies. Like,
Well, I'll tell you one
kung
other
fu
quick
movies.
martial arts story. When I was in high school, I have a friend named Debbie. I won't say her last name in case she's watching. And she was skilled in martial arts too. And we're not talking about just going to your karate studio around a corner. She's like half Chinese, trained all her life.
Nice.
And there was this football jock that wouldn't leave her alone.
He just being mean to her.
Yeah, you know how
Yeah.
football players are when you're in high school. It's like you get your testosterone going. You still
Yeah.
got the mind of a kid.
Yep.
She gave him every chance to leave her alone.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't do it. And she drop kicked him just like Billy Jack did in this movie here. You got to see when you look it up on YouTube. She just went whop,
Really?
and she floored him in front of everybody.
Nice.
Humbling experience.
Yeah.
I
think
think-
he just.
He left her alone.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Asaph, for that. We have some more events to talk
That's
about.
awesome.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, moving on now. Okay, so this is what's going on tomorrow. Oh, I gotta get my microphone. Let's forget about that. Okay, this is what's going on tomorrow. So we've got our farmers market still. They're going to be at the Ren X's from 8 to 1. Our People's Market is at Pine Street from 9 to 2, I believe. And then the Clark Fork Market is at Caris Park from 8 to 1. River City Roots Fest. We've got our 4-mile fun run. This is from East Alder at Washington, and it's going to end at Caris Park. Starts at 9:30. And then there is a stand-up paddleboard race. It's at the Boone and Crockett Club, which I don't really know where that is. But, if you look online further, I'm sure you can find out where the Boone and Crockett Club is. So that starts at 10 a.m. tomorrow. Entry fee is $50. There are 5 miles and 1 mile disciplines. And participants will also receive a swag bag.
Sweet.
Yeah. And then over at the Caris Park, starting at 10 a.m., is the Family Fun Festival, as Scott mentioned earlier. It's from 11 a.m. to 5 on Friday and 10 to 5 on Saturday. And there'll be local organizations will be providing fun activities both days. There'll be lots of food and fun activities to do and things to, laugh at.
And there's also a kid band that Noelle will be talking about, too.
Yes, yep. And so the Juried Art Show is going on again at 11 o'clock on Main Street. And then the Whiz Pops are on Main Stage at 12:30, and that is the band for children. They're fairly popular in Missoula, actually, and I heard that they're really fun. So that's at 12:30. You can bring your kids there if you want to get away from the family fun activity at Caris Park. And then there is more paddleboard demonstrations at 2 p.m. at the Boone and Crockett Club. I would assume that they're on the river. I hope so. That'd be concerned if they weren't. And then 2-Bit Fanks. I always thought that said Franks. 2-Bit Fanks is going to be at Main Stage at 2:30. That'll be on Main Street. And then over at Natural Grocers, we have a event. It's called The Unsweet Side of Soda. Don't defizz your health. And so it's just going to be talking about all the chemicals in soda and the sugar in soda that are really bad for you. So that's at 3 o'clock tomorrow. And then we go back to the River City Roots Festival, and the Little Smokies will be at Main Stage at 4:30 for free. So if you miss them tonight, you can see them for free tomorrow night. And then if you want to stay inside and go over to Draftworks Brewing Company, Wolf in the Moons is there at 6 p.m. Aaron Buzzus is at Lolo Peak Brewing Company at 6 p.m. Hot Buttered Rum is going to be the headliner it's not going to be a headliner. So Hot Buttered Rum is going to be at the Roots Fest at 6:30 on the main stage. And then over at the Roxy, there's a Labyrinth sing-alongs. If you guys remember the Labyrinth that was made in the 80s with David Bowie. And
oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is like,
Jennifer Connelly, before she just kind of
when she was
there.
like 17, yeah.
Yeah.
The Labyrinth is like one of my favorite children's movies, hands down ever.
It's really scary.
It's awesome.
Because you got David Bowie's codpiece. Kidnaps a baby.
Yeah. And all those like gremlins.
Then he wants to marry that teenage girl, Jennifer Connelly.
Yeah.
But, he's David Bowie. He can do what he wants.
I know, I would say yes. Yes, David Bowie! Oh, God, I love him. And those pants, God.
Yeah,
yes.
right?
So there'll be a sing-along. If you can make it down there. Oh, she's 15, so she's supposed to be 15 in this movie. Yeah, so there'll be a Labyrinth sing-along at the Roxy at 7:30 tomorrow. And then the headliner for River City Roots Festival is Acoustic Syndicate. They'll be at the main stage starting at 8:30. And then we have got Absolutely with Chris Moon and Monte Carlo at the Badlander at 9. Heldorado with UCS, Blacidum, and Mahawamadi.
Mahadawald.
I didn't say that right at all.
Mahamawald.
Yeah, something. It's going to be at the Dark Horse at 9, so they're metal bands.
Yep.
Russ Nessett and the Revelator team at the Union Club at 9:30. Pay Dirt will be at the Sunrise Saloon at 9:30. Darmore will be at the Real Lounge at 10. Okay, let's see. Ew for Questra. I know, well, it's...
Ew for Questra.
Ew for Questra will be at the Top Hat Lounge at 10. And then Roots After Party with Letter B and Sister Otis will be at the Monks at 10:30.
Okay, Monks... Like, I really think that Monks is totally taking on all these after parties.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh, come to the after party.
They're trying to get people into Monks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like, no, it's like, I think they asked Roots Festival, hey, can we just say after party of Roots Festival and Monks? It's like, okay, I don't care. Whatever.
Yeah, NBA was
and the same thing with, like, all these raves and stuff that happen all the time. It's like, Doug Jones is playing at the Wilma, and it's like, oh, Doug Jones after party. Oh, Stan Smith after party.
Whoa, My Morning Jacket after party.
Anyways, but before we end our show, I do have one of our favorite of all time segments, as I like to call, ready, Asaph? Hallmark or Bullmark.
Yeah.
We haven't done this in like 2 weeks.
I know, I'm excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, hit it, Asaph. With their youngest son leaving for college in the fall, happily married couple Ben and Maura prepare for their upcoming chapter as empty nesters. The couple faces an even larger challenge when Moira takes a temporary position and big promotion in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Ugh. Living apart, but the distance also shines a light on their differences like never before.
Oh no.
While Moira's temporary position becomes a full-time offer, the couple must decide if they will continue their long-distance marriage or make another change. With the support of their son, Adam, and daughter, Lacey, can Ben and Moira find their hearts to each other. Ooh. And this movie is called Lead With Your Heart. Is this a Hallmark original movie or is this complete Bullmark? And if you haven't played before, this game is I read a synopsis from a Hallmark original movie or do I? And then you have to decide whether or not it's a Hallmark original movie or it is Bullmark, which I call Bullmark, otherwise known as Bull. Yes, you know what I was going to say. But what do you guys think? Do you think it's Hallmark or Bullmark?
This is so good. I think it's Bullmark. I think that you wrote this.
Are you going to change your mind?
Me? I don't know.
You don't change it?
No, I don't think so.
What about you, Asaph?
I'm gonna say it's real.
You say it's real?
Yeah.
It's real? I think Scott wrote it. I think he did, because Scott's getting a lot better at these.
Well, Asaph,
and all the ones
I just got to say that for once you have faith in me, and that faith is rewarded because you are right. It is a Hallmark original.
Really? Wow!
Because all the time, you always think it's Bullmark.
Yeah.
But this time.
Well, I thought it was...
I don't know, it just seemed real to me.
It sounds pretty real. It sounds like a pretty real movie.
Yeah. Are you guys ready?
Yours have been getting so good that I'm just like... Because I keep looking for clues.
Yeah. Okay, are you guys ready for the next one? Because
yes.
Let's finish this. All right, so with college just around the corner for Christine's children and a job at the university allowing her to stay close and fulfill her dream of getting a master's degree, she must take on being one of the older students in the school while avoiding situations that lead to embarrassing her son, Andrew, and Katie, who've just started.
College.
Yeah. With their own little bits of drama in her kids' lives and the university cutting Christine's free ride through college, can Christine finish in time before the school's budget cuts get to her program? And this movie's called Masters and Family.
Nice.
Is this a Hallmark original movie, or is this complete bullmark that I made up?
I'm gonna say Hallmark.
What about you?
I'm going to say Bullmark this
You say
time.
Bullmark? Okay, opposite.
Wow.
Okay.
You guys are just, you know, you,
Yeah.
are you
It's
guys
fun
want
to
to think
do.
about it a little bit?
No. Well, we.
Okay.
You want to finish the show? We gotta replay
right.
this. Yeah.
So, Noelle, you were wrong.
Oh.
And Asaph is correct. He's 2 for 2. You're done.
No.
You're done.
Good job, Asaph.
There you go.
Since Asaph won, he gets to end the show. Like,
Yeah.
Well, he always ends the show, but anyways. Where can people go to find out more information about Wake Up Missoula?
Well, you can just call the MCAT studio or mcat.org and look us up.
Yeah.
Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Facebook, Twitter.
Facebook, yeah, Twitter too.
Yeah, Wake Up Missoula. All you got to do is type in Wake Up Missoula on the Google and just enjoy it, because we're all over the place. Even if you type in Missoula in YouTube, we're all over that
right
place
there.
now. We're like, we have over 300, almost 300 episodes of us.
Yeah.
So you can't miss us. So
Nope.
Twitter, Facebook, MCAT.org. We're doing the 72s coming up.
We need board members.
We need board members.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
All
if
of
you're
our
interested in being on our show, you can call us at 542-6228, otherwise known as 542.
MCAT.
All right. Without further ado, for Wake Up Missoula, I'm Scott Ranf.
I'm Noelle McAvoy, and here's Asaph Adonai.